Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Saturday, March 7th, 2026. And I asked myself this question: am I getting faster? Are you getting faster? And I have some interesting things to report today. Stick around if you want to learn something. And what I'm talking about is in directly connected to what happened yesterday in the Feel It Friday workout. When I was all said and done, I was almost 2 minutes faster than on average than what I have been doing over the last several weeks. And I always like to look at different pieces of information, how many reps I was doing, what was the balance in between, the different exercises, the heart rate, average heart rate, anything that I can see is what is changing. And I found a few things. In yesterday's workout, it was day number 17 where I have been wearing the incredible X49. And I have been putting it right here, as you see. And today, I have a different color. Yesterday, it was this guy, which has like you can see here on the bottom edge, there is like some fibers from the wristband that is collecting underneath the sticking, the adhesive paper, I guess you could, that sticks to the adhesive. And I mentioned yesterday that I was going to place a brand new patch, and that I've done, which is this guy right here, the X49, from brand new. And I put it on at 12:15 p.m. my time, as you see on the clock right there. You see Saturday, right here. You see the time, 1:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I've been wearing it, the X49, for an hour and 20 minutes now. And I wanted to just experiment with this to see if it would improve just the my effort today, performance, because my goal is to really try to break this goal that I have set for myself, that I've been benchmarking against myself. And after putting this patch on, I can smell the changes. It's stronger today than it was yesterday with this one. And that was day number 17 of wearing this patch while I exercise. And also, I have a brand new patch of the X39 as well. Brand new. So both are first time wearing today together. And I say this because I also reuse the X39. And do I notice a depletion in the sense of smell and the activation? And the answer is yes, I do notice. And I notice differences between reusing different patches because of the intensity of the strength. Just, I guess there's going to be some variability between how each patch is made. It could be the organic materials might be stronger on one patch over another, and it affect how it acts. And I think the answer is yes to that question, because it's no different than having a multimeter, let's say, or an electronic device that measures something. There's going to be a level of percentage of error and variance between each and every device, because You're going to have a capacitor or components within the device that are going to be variable themselves, which affects the overall reading of a device. It's no different. So do the same principles apply to organic materials? Of course they do. Always will. And so then this is why I can sense the difference in my body by the way they smell. And do I sense the difference today again after putting new patches on? Yes, I do. I certainly do. So am I going to experience a different phenomena today? I think so, because I can sense it. So am I excited to do this fitness stress test later in this episode? Of course I am. But before we get there, I wanted to also highlight a couple things that I've noticed since I began wearing the X49 on February 16th, 2025. And what I'm going to do is just show you the on February 13th. So it would have been the first Feel It Friday workout would have been on February 20th. All right. And with that, I wanted to show you something I noticed. So it would have been February 20th. So I go back here. This is the heart rate results right there. And the first thing I noticed is my average heart rate for this recording. And you can see my heart rate there on the screen. It's quite high. There's after the, yeah, that's the same date, 20th, where there was in the middle of the screen, I'm going to zoom in right here. This portion right here, I'm going to just highlight it. And of course, there's this part right there. So where I have marked it, okay? So you can see I'm zooming out now. That's where the 2-minute rest was. And so I'm looking at the performance during the first round of cards. There's a strong point of recovery there. And then another point, and then it stayed higher for the duration of the workout or the session. And take note of the average, 135 right there. Okay, so that is from February 20th. And if I look at the next date, which is February 27th, that was the next day, the next time that I did the Feel It Friday workout, just right there. So I'm going to show you here, just show you the timestamp so you see it. So you see February 27th, I'm not kind of, if you've been following me, I'm showing you my screen. So notice the change. Average heart rate now dropped to 130. And there's my heart rate, and there's a kind of a bigger peak in one part of the first round, and then drops off during my 2-minute rest, earned rest, and then off I went on to finish the workout. So if I look at now yesterday, which is March 6th, okay, so I'm gonna March 6th. So here I'm gonna zoom in, take a screen capture. So you see there's the date, right? But notice the average heart rate now has dropped from 135 the week before, 124, 134 last week, and then yesterday 124. And I think to myself, well, this is kind of interesting. And look how my heart rate is, now up, down, up, down, up, down, like during the course of the first round and the second round. So when I read the description of what the X39 does for the body. It's I'm seeing now a connection with what's going on with increasing performance, cardiovascular strength, and bone density because of that AHK-CU peptide that the X49 is activating inside my body. So it said after 17 days or 17 times of wearing this, while I'm exercising, I'm circulating that signal around the body, and am I starting to notice a difference? I think the answer is yes, because of what's happening here with this heart rate. And I'm keeping everything more or less, consistent. There is variability between each session because of flipping the cards, but it is, for me, to be able to do it, to perform the workout faster as I did yesterday. I didn't feel signs of fatigue, to say the least. And when David Schmidt of LifeWave talks about what this does, I'm showing you. 49 years old. How am I getting faster? Oh, you're. I shouldn't be getting faster. Not at this rate. Huh. So is there benefits to combining the two, the X39 and the X49, with that of the cleanest and most absorbable water, which I call deuterium free, with a hydrogen bond angle of 114 degrees? Is there symmetry between these things? Like these pillars that are just coming together and doing something miraculous inside my body? I ask this question. Am I starting to reap those benefits? Today's going to be an interesting session because I am really, really curious to see if I'm going to be able to reach this goal that I've been trying now for several weeks, multiple weeks. So let's see if I can do it. And that's why I ask myself this question, or I ask you, am I getting faster? I'm not doing anything special. If you watch me day in, day out, or day in and day out in each and every live stream, I know it's boring, but there is a pattern that I'm noticing. And that pattern is a positive one. So, can you reap the benefits from choosing the same? You don't know till you try. And this is why I'm saying you don't know until you try it. If you're looking for better overall well-being, experiencing the benefits, as you see, improved mental clarity, rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, improved skin appearance, enhance your sports performance, experience increased energy and vitality, faster recovery from exercise. Like, these are just general things, but does it work? Sure does. And I'm no stranger when it comes to, pushing my body to failure when I'm doing the exercises. Because if you watch, you can hear my grunting and my discomfort and my displeasure with some of these movements. And I'm really trying to force the muscle to change. by reaching failure when I'm doing those exercises. And for all those people in the fitness world, they know you don't experience change if you don't force failure. It doesn't happen that way. There's no easy way around it, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But not everybody does. But can you do it as a beginner? Sure you can. You don't have to go the same kind of resistance weight that I'm using. No. But can you use the same techniques? If you decided to purchase a vibration plate, well, like I said before, there's resistance training exercises. Only resets, well, I don't say only, but is known to reset and regenerate about 78 DNA genes in the body. But when you have several thousand more DNA genes that can go untouched, how do you reset and regenerate those several thousand? Is there a way? Well, there's a combination of things that are necessary for that to happen. Much like how Barbara O'Neill talks about the pillars to sustain your longevity and your health. It's the same. I'm just calling it unlock your bioenergy. My own version of it. Because energy is everywhere. Just got to know how to tap into it and maximize it. To live well, live long, and to live young. I think a lot of us want that. Do you just accept aging? I don't. So I'll do everything I can to maximize and maintain optimum levels and have a smile on my face. And when you see me in person, then you know. Because you can see it. It's one thing to see it on the camera, but it's another thing to see it in person. So with that, let's get on with it. It's time to do the 10-minute HIIT. Warm up. You can see the light. Temperature down here. Oh, and before I forget, so we're at 15.7 degrees Celsius. Outside temperature and barometric pressure is, I'll just hit here. All right, barometric pressures at 1003.35. Temperature is cooled down. The temperature was warmer. The wind kind of blew in, and it's pretty strong. So the jet stream moving north and south. And so today's metronome setting, got there. I'm going to set it at 165, much like what I did yesterday for the jack portion. I will use I'll use the vinyl rope today. I should have warmed it up already, but I forgot to wrap it around my body here. Just do it momentarily. So I'll set the tempo. There's the heart rate. I can sense the activation from both the X39 and the X49. The biochemical smell that's in my sinus, it's so pronounced. I know it's hard to explain what it is, but I know it's there, and there's nothing anybody can tell me that I'm just full of shit, if you want to call it that. Sorry for my choice of words. All right. go. So when the high intensity portion comes, that's when I will match the tempo that you see or that you hear. That's at 165 beats per minute. Oh yeah. I also had a pinch of salt. Redmond real salt today. There we go. This rope is so smooth. It's kind of like you can't even feel it. In comparison to the bearing version that I use for the fitness stress test. Can I go faster with this rope that I'm using right now? I think so. To do little tricks like that, kind of like the Mike Tyson type squats with a rope. Oh yeah. I can certainly smell the activation from the two. Together there is different. The X49 on itself, I think it's kind of like a cinnamon, but when you have the two together, it's different for me. I don't know how to explain it. Double under crisscross with this rope. Felt real good just now. There we go. Why do I keep tripping? I have to practice that. Oh, dropping cards. Ah. You see the rope kind of twisting? There we go, some unbroken double under crisscrosses. Felt real good. It's been a while since I've been able to do that many. All right, warm up is done. So the metronome is, you can tell, 60 beats per minute is accurate with the timer that you see on the screen. So whenever I do the hang test, which I did yesterday, I set a time of 92 seconds. So felt good to be able to slowly increase my hanging strength. So my grip strength is starting to follow suit every day that I do this test with the hanging, with the bar hang. And with the fitness stress test, I'm going to be using the kinked rope that I've been using now for, you know, this last period of time. And all right. That is the tempo for the test. This is the tempo. So, for all those people out there, today I'm going to wear this hat, Croatia, and I'm going to use it to block my vision towards the screen. The last few attempts I've been wearing the cowboy hat, so I thought, I'm going to change it up a little bit. So I think this is the way I want to do this test. So, as you all know, my time to beat is 62 and a half of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 62 and a half to get this 250 skips in 68 seconds. So, let's give it a shot. Heart rate has already dropped lots, which is good. So, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of set my hands a little bit where I want to hold the rope. I think right there. Okay, there we go. Really? It's feeling good. Very good, actually. I'm just gonna wait till my heart rate recovers here, and then I'm going to try it again. Meanwhile, I'm going to grab some more water, and I just realized that I need to transfer some water. good that I'm doing this. You can't see it on the screen, but I have an additional stainless steel. I think it's 8-liter pot, which is this. I'll show you. I fill this with the water to help cool it down, and then I transfer it to my dispensing canister here that has the valve on it, and it just makes transferring the water a lot easier. What I also did was yesterday during the rest period between the first and second round of the face cards, I was taking some water and just swooshing it in my mouth and allowing my saliva to mix with the water, and I can feel it change. But with that, I think the oxygen actually replenishes the blood right away, because it goes directly into the bloodstream, because our gums are porous and they absorb. It's no different than people who take CBD oil and they put it underneath their tongue or swoosh it in their mouth before they swallow it, because it absorbs faster into the bloodstream. And so yesterday I was doing this with the water. And could that also contribute to having a lower average heart rate overall? It kind of makes me wonder a little bit about that, in addition to using the the X49 day 17 yesterday. So all the little things, they layer up and they add up. Now, am I going to see that benefit today? Well, already you've seen a difference in my heart rate has dropped. I was waiting for my saliva to build, because I can feel the temperature obviously change of the water, because it's cold. It's also, the same temperature as what I showed you, 15 degrees, so it's on the cold side. And if there's one thing I also notice, is the increase in that burnt smell sensation that I talk about, but from the X49 and the X39. So one of the things that the community talks about when you're utilizing this technology to stimulate the process of photobiomodulation, one of the things that they talk about is drink lots of water. Well, when I ask myself that question, well, what does drink lots of water mean? Water with fluoride in it? No, fluoride is a neurotoxin, and Barbara O'Neill talks about it. She knows about it. So, would you? Why would you keep putting, you know, that in your body when your body has to fight against it? It doesn't make any sense. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's the change that I'm noticing with the water when it's in my mouth and I'm swishing it is it seems like the when my saliva combines together with the water, it's almost like it changes to a plasma type. And I guess that's the best way to describe it. Like my saliva is breaking it down. Does it make it more, you know, absorbable because it's changing it into a plasma? I don't know. But it's certainly something that I notice happening in my mouth when I'm holding it and swishing it around. Now, does that also, like I said, correlate into my oxygen levels increasing inside the body because of the water that's being absorbed? Mm, I think we're going to see. Now, I'm going to do the test again um, and see what happens. Now, those people out there that are interested in the VO2 Master equipment, I wonder if you're watching, because if I had that equipment with me, I'd be doing this test, showing you in real time what's going on. To say, hey, there's something with this, right? Now, when you're making the water deuterium free with the hydrogen bond angle of 114 degrees, I make it slow. So meaning when I say I make it slow, I make it the incoming water, the cooling water, drips very slowly into the reservoir. Now, does that keep that level of consistency high when you're making the water? Yeah, it does. Right? So the cooling water, when it drips off into the glass bottles that I have on the floor, that water is equally as good. It just has more contaminants in it, right? Because whatever's left after treating the source water, which is the tap water, with reverse osmosis. Now, if I were to use a double reverse osmosis system, then basically essentially increasing the overall output. Because right now, as it stands, cooling water runoff is about, for every 1 liter of deuterium free, it's about 5 liters of the cooling water. So, and with running it slower, the temperature of the water is also equally as important to keep the operating temperature of the unit itself within a good range. Because if it's too hot, then you get a lot of vapor, right? And then the vapor that exits the boiler into the cooling coil doesn't cool down fast enough, so you get also vapor there. So if you're in, let's say, areas of the United States where your tap water is not that cold, you might want to consider running it through some sort of refrigeration or something to cool it down, to run it slowly, because that will help maintain the operating efficiency of the unit itself. So with the cooling coil, like there's an additional fan that you can that comes with the machine, that you're using extra power, right, for that. So there's a double kind of operating cost if you consider that. I don't use the fan because the water is cold enough here where I don't get a lot of vapor. So I just swooshed another mouthful of deuterium-free water, and that's why you probably saw my heart rate go up, because I stopped breathing. And I was kind of skipping just to tell where I'm going to hold the handles again. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to keep it. And here's attempt number 2. Wow. son of a gun. I wonder if I did it. I wasn't counting at all. But I know I was getting close. I know that I was. Certainly feels, it felt different. Even in that second attempt. Wow. I was just in the zone. And I could feel the forearms starting to fire up a little bit because of how I was holding the rope. Because here's I said, this rope is 9 feet in length. You can see there. So it's the large rope of this generation for all those people out there that know what this is. I won't say the name. Because I didn't like how I was treated, to be honest. So Dave, if you're watching, I didn't like it. Certainly felt good. Do I have it enough in me to do one more test? I think I'm gonna. I really pushed that second time as hard as I could. So I think what I will do is just leave it at that for today. My heart rate is really recovered quite well. So for all those people that are watching, if you cheered me on or will cheer me on, I ask for your support right there, or click on the link in the comments or in the description. You'll find it'll take you right to the same place, and try it. See if it can help you reach your goals, whatever they may be. Mine, I'm just measuring against myself. I'm not some sort of Olympian or anything like that. Just trying to be me and do what's best for me. And we'll see you tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday because it's Saturday today. And so I'll be taking the day off and back at it this coming Monday. So we'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of the day. And don't overindulge with the food. It's important. Stay committed. Stay focused. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye.